Before Tombstone, Val Kilmer was just another Hollywood name. But after that, he became a ghost in a gunfight. And nobody saw it coming. Not the studio, not the critics, not even the cast. He showed up skinny, pale, and possessed. Then walked off with the whole damn movie. This was a reckoning. A dying Southern dandy with a death wish and a faster draw than the devil. But what did Kilmer actually do in that role? And why did he end up becoming famous for it? My name is Sam, and this is Western Files. Val Kilmer left us not long ago, so today we're tipping our hat to the man behind the legend. Now, before the legend, before the quotes, before the memes, there was a shootout behind the scenes. Part 1. The Making. When Tombstone dropped in '93, it kicked the whole door off the hinges. Big cast, bigger drama, mustaches out to here. And in the middle of it all, Val Kilmer, sweaty, sharp, and walking off with every single scene as Doc Holliday. He played the part because he was the part. And the funny thing is, he almost didn't get the part. The studio wanted Willem Dafoe first, but Disney panicked. You see, Last Temptation of Christ was still burning holes in church bulletins. Too hot, too risky. So Dafoe got tossed. That's when Kilmer stepped in. Was he subtle? No. Quiet? Never. But if you wanted wild, spooky, and half-dead with style, he was definitely it. He dove in head first, learned to play piano, nailed that slow, molasses-thick drawl. He moved like a man already half in the grave. The Doc character was basically daring death to come get him, and Kilmer nailed that challenge, and he never looked down. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, total disaster. Kevin Jarre, the original director, had a strong vision, but no control. The shoot went sideways. Delays, walkouts, everything spiraling, and after a month, he was out. So officially, George P. Cosmatos replaced him. Unofficially, however, Kurt Russell ran the set. He planned the shots, set the tone, held the whole circus together with everything he's got. Kilmer later said it flat. Kurt was the real director. No spotlight, no ego, just work. Still, it was a mess. Over 100 crew members quit or got fired. Nobody thought they'd make it. But they did? Barely. And Kilmer? He walked off set a legend. Doc Holliday, however, didn't feel like a role. It felt like something inside him broke open. And he didn't fake it. He lived it. There's this one look he gives, eyes flashing like he's already at his own funeral, cracking jokes anyway. That's not acting. That's a man who knows he's dying and doesn't care. And it wasn't just vibe. Kilmer went deep. He read Doc's letters, dug through archives, tore through Gary L. Roberts' biography like it was gospel. He was basically resurrecting the old legend. And the voice? Oh boy, Kilmer didn't settle for a cartoon cowboy accent. Instead, he chased the real thing. Griffin, Georgia, 1850s. Smooth, formal, with a twist of something dreadful underneath. He even brought in dialect coaches, studied recordings. He basically built that voice from scratch, even the piano. Doc could play. Classical, no less. So, he trained like a lunatic to get it right, for one quick scene most people missed. But now you might be wondering, why bother? Well, because it mattered. You see, Doc wasn't just a gunslinger. He was brilliant, cultured, dying slow and still playing Chopin like it meant something. And Kilmer caught every ounce of that. The wit, the sickness, the fire burning under the ruin. So in the end, he didn't have to explain the character to the audience because he became the man. And the best part is, Doc was a walking contradiction. Southern charm with a death sentence, smart as hell, falling apart fast, gentle one minute, savage the next. Kilmer played all of these different versions all at once, smooth, jittery, rotting. Every look, every line, sharp and soaked in that unforgiving tuberculosis sickness. And yeah, he looked like he'd crawled out of his own grave, on purpose. He even dropped 20 pounds. lived on steamed vegetables and water. No headlines, no flexing for the press. He didn't need you to know what he gave up. He simply needed to look like his organs were turning against him. And man, did he. But those bloody coughs, and that slump, like his spine's folding in on itself, that wasn't acting, mind you. That was Kilmer dragging his own body into the role. He diligently studied tuberculosis victims, not just their faces, but the posture, the tension, the way the disease eats from the inside out. It's in every move he makes, like Doc's trying to stand tall while his bones are giving up. The critics saw it too. Roger Ebert called him ghostly, elegant, and menacing. Said he was the best part of the film. No lies there. This was purely myth-making. He absolutely killed it. Let me explain that to you again. Kilmer took a half-faded figure from the Old West and forged him into something unforgettable. Not because he looked slick in a cowboy hat, but because you felt that this man was dying and somehow still the most dangerous person in the room. So yeah, Tombstone not only boosted Kilmer's career, but it welded him into Western legend. He built a character, turned it into a weapon, and once the cameras rolled, he didn't hesitate. He took the whole damn movie. Part 2, the performance that stole the damn movie. Now, let's talk more about the voice. You see, it's not that dusty cowboy drawl. It's slower, smoother, southern with teeth. He drags the vowels out, soft and slow, then slices the ends off like he's trimming fat. Polite? Sure, but every sentence is delivered precisely. Every pause has weight, every smirk is a warning. And while everyone else is yelling or flailing, he's 5 moves ahead. Now, we talked a bit about the way he moves. It's brilliant. He's sick. You see it in every little detail. Shoulders slumped, steps heavy, breath short. But even when he's dragging death around like a busted saddlebag, he's still the sharpest man in the room. That cup spin? That's not style. That's him saying, I'm still in control. My body's quitting, but my hands, my timing, still lethal. Then there's the little stuff, a twitch before a gunfight, a lazy hat tip, none of it scripted, all Kilmer, built into the bones. He gave Doc his own rhythm, a whole language, even when he wasn't talking, and Doc didn't need to raise his voice. He just stared, quiet and steady, waiting. And in one of the tensest scenes in the movie, he lowers his voice, not raises it. He dares the whole room to lean in. And that was the threat. You come to him, or don't come back. Then there's the line. You know the one. I'm your huckleberry. 4 words, soft and casual, not a mic drop, more like a joke death would laugh at. He doesn't spit it out like a challenge. He tosses it out like it's nothing. And that's what makes it cut deep, like he knows he's faster. Yet he doesn't have to prove it. People still fight over what it means. Was it a duel offer? A coffin joke? Kilmer liked the mystery. He never pinned it down. He simply left it hanging, like everything else Doc said. And then there's that Latin scene. No guns and no fists. Just words. Ringo tries to strut. Doc leans back, bored and brilliant, whipping out phrases like he's zapping flies. He basically wins the room without standing up. Kurt Russell said it straight. Val was possessed. Like Doc's spirit crawled inside him and locked the door. On set, Kilmer never broke character, no breaks, no wink to the camera, just that slow, dry drawl and a stare that froze time. The crew called it surgical. Director George P. Cosmatos wrote in a long-lost production diary that Kilmer was the engine. No him, no movie. Simple as that. Even Michael Biehn, who played Ringo, said every scene with Val felt like staring down a rattlesnake. You either matched him or disappeared. Dana Delaney, on the other hand, saw the softer side. Said under all that swagger was something raw and fragile, a man already half gone. Every glance felt like a goodbye. And then there's the coffin story. For the sanitarium scene, Kilmer had the crew shave down the coffin. just enough to make him look even thinner. He wanted to seem swallowed by death. And so nobody argued because that was Val, always reaching for something right on the edge of unhinged. And no one, literally no one, forgot working with him because he made sure you couldn't. But the moment that really hits is that quiet scene near the end when he's in bed, dying slow, talking to Wyatt. No swagger and no games, just the truth. There's no normal life, Wyatt. There's just life. Kilmer drops it flat with no tricks, no score behind him, just a man emptying out. And then he turns his head. That's it, a small, painful move. You feel it. You know what it costs him. And it lands harder than any bullet in the film. And the audiences, they definitely saw it, they felt it, and they still haven't let go. Part 3. The Aftershock. When Tombstone hit theaters in '93, critics didn't know what to do with it. The tone was all over the place. The pacing was weird. Some called it a mess. But they all agreed on one thing. Kilmer was electric. Roger Ebert even called him mannered and compulsively watchable. Peter Travers said, mesmerizing. Even the critics who weren't sold on the movie couldn't look away from Kilmer. And still, nothing. No Oscar, no Golden Globe, not even a BAFTA nod. Why? Well, some blamed the studio, others blamed Wyatt Earp, the bloated Costner flick that showed up right after and hogged all the award buzz. And let's be honest, Hollywood doesn't usually hand out trophies to crowd pleasers with cowboy hats. Yet Kilmer saw it coming. In his memoir, I'm Your Huckleberry, he said the snub stung but didn't surprise him. He knew this film wasn't built for tuxedos and that it was built for people. And the people showed up. Critics gave him compliments. Audiences gave him immortality. And when AFI dropped their top 100 movie quotes list in 2005 and left I'm Your Huckleberry out, fans went ballistic. Loud enough that AFI had to admit, yeah, we missed that one. And ever since then, that line spread wilder than forest fire. It showed up on bar signs, biker patches, tattoo flash sheets. Even soldiers started using it as a call sign. In Afghanistan, for instance, a Navy SEAL team once used I'm Your Huckleberry as their call sign. According to a 2004 morale report, it meant one thing: we're walking into hell with style. And years later, in 2020, a congressman dropped it during a gun rights debate on the House floor. Wild, yeah? From saloons to politics in one clean enunciation. And online, it's a religion. Reddit threads dissect every syllable of Kilmer's delivery. Fans debate the meaning like it's a riddle, wrapped in bourbon and tuberculosis. And the love didn't stay in the Western crowd. Younger fans found Kilmer through YouTube clips and streaming rabbit holes. Suddenly, Doc Holliday was their first taste of the genre. And guess what? Kilmer made Westerns cool again. But the impact went way past the screen. You've got t-shirts, Funko Pops, video game skins, Halloween costumes, all Doc. No other character from the movie even comes close, not even Wyatt. And the cast knows it. In 2017, Kurt Russell didn't sugarcoat it. He plainly said, Val didn't just play Doc Holliday, he is the movie. Then came the real-life twist. Kilmer got throat cancer. And it wasn't just Hollywood that showed up, it was Tombstone fans. Tribute videos, fan art, Huckleberry merch exploded online. Instagram flooded with messages from people who could quote him line for line. And then after surgery, Kilmer posted 4 words. Still your Huckleberry? That's it. No drama. Just a quiet, perfect mic drop. And in the end, Doc Holliday was a dead man with nothing to lose. But Val Kilmer gave him something better. Immortality.